Just remember that I need you, that the best of me is gone. Please, don't fail to stand beside me. Love me till my life is done. Owen Darnell.
Love you, Mama.
I love you
We'll
too.
always be with you.
Yes.
Stand beside you.
Yes, I love you too.
No matter what.
I love you too, no matter what.
Alam niyo, sa totoo lang, I'm trying to hold back my emotions and my tears as I record this intro part of my vlog. Kasi gusto ko munang mag-focus sa information that this vlog will give you, which is all about dementia. Kung di po ako makapigil along the way as I record this vlog, pagpasensya niyo na po ko, pero I'm sure lahat ng anak na makakapanood nito would understand how I feel, why I'm very emotional, because this is very personal nga po to me. It is happening to me, our family, to my mama, Mama Ching, who I love so much. We only have one mom na talagang dinala tayo sa sinapupunan natin ng 9 na buwan, ipinanganak tayo, nag-labor, binrestfeed tayo, binuhat tayo, pinalitan ng diaper, kinantahan, hinele, pinakain, sinubuan, hinalikan sa noo, inamoy-amoy sa bumbunan, hinawakan, inalalayan, hanggang makalakad. Nandun sila sa first steps natin. Sa una nating salita na, Mama, andun sila, andun ka, Mama. Kaya, itong vlog na to is for you, Mama, a tribute for you. Because I love you so much. That's why I'm doing this. I want people to understand what I am going through with you, what you are going through, what the families or children of people with dementia are going through. And hopefully, it is my intention, noble intention and prayer that this vlog, my interview with your doctor, will help a lot of people, especially those who have not been diagnosed with dementia, but are already showing the symptoms na may dementia na sila. So guys, please watch this vlog till the very end, and I thank you for watching this vlog. And please do share to your loved ones, to your friends. Kayo na pong bahala, to those who will matter and those who will need this vlog. Ngayon pa lang, nagpapasalamat na ako. Thank you so much. And Mama, I love you, Mama. I'll see you soon, Ma. Love you. Love you, love you, love you, Mama. Hi there, teammates! How are you? Kumusta po kayong lahat? It's me, Mamo Tintin. Shoutout syempre sa ating mga teammates, Mamos Angels, Jewel Tinners. Hello po sa inyo. And allow me first to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Salamat sa pag-subscribe sa aking channel, sa mga suki na laging nanonood ng anumang upload ko, kahit anong i-upload ko, pinapanood nyo. Thank you so much for watching all my uploads, for giving it a thumbs up or a heart. Maraming salamat. Pati dun sa mga sharers, you know who you are. Shout out to you. Yung mga nami-meet namin sa mall at sinasabing nakasubscribe sila sa akin at nanonood ng vlogs ko. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. It means a lot to me. And dun sa mga, syempre, mga suki ng aking asawang si Julius Babaw sa kanyang Julius Babaw Unplugged na malapit na mag 1 million subscribers. Yay! Thank you so much. Nababasa ko po yung mga comments ninyo every time you say na kagagaling nyo lang sa vlog ni Papu at sinasabi nyo sa comment section na nandito ako dahil nanood ako ng vlog ni Julius. Thank you so much at nakasubscribe na rin kayo sa aking channel. Anyway, malapit na po ang Mother's Day. And itong vlog na ito, this time around, ay hindi po tungkol sa mga artista, hindi din to tungkol sa vloggers, o di kaya sa mga singers. Hindi po ito showbiz, itong vlog na ito. And tulad ng mga nakaraan kong vlogs wherein it was very personal to me, tulad na lang ng aking PFPS, nung pandemic, nagkaroon ako ng sakit sa tuhod at nag-rehab ako. Another personal vlog of mine was when I was rushed to the ER because of a severe allergy attack. Ayan, hindi rin po yung showbiz na vlog. Tapos yung nalaman ko na meron akong cervical radiculopathy sa leeg at saka dito sa upper spine and sa lower neck. Hindi rin po yung showbiz, pero pinanood niyo po at marami rin ang nakarelate. Maraming salamat po sa mga nanood. This time around, ang vlog ko ay ginagawa ko in honor of my mother, of my beloved Mama Ching. Dahil nga po Mother's Day, dinededicate ko rin to sa lahat ng mga minamahal nyong mga nanay, mommy, mama, inay, momshi, na baka ganito rin ang pinagdaraanan. Kwento ko lang po sa inyo na noong August 2022, last year po yun, my mom was diagnosed with dementia. Yung 2022, agad-agad, nung nangyari yun sa aming pamilya, naisip ko, i-vlog ko kaya to, i-share ko kaya yung journey naming pamilya, kung paano kami nagko-cope with a loved one, like our mom. Mama namin, si Mama Ching, na may dementia. That time, hindi ko pa masyadong alam. I wasn't well informed yet kung ano itong dementia. We were still learning, coping, and managing. Well, up to now. Pero that time, bagong-bago pa kami. So I said, I will give it a year or two, a few more years before I share our experience. And this time around, this year, 2024, I said to myself, and I know in my heart na this is the right time. Hindi po madali para sa akin na gawin ito kasi nga it's very personal to me. Pero ang nanaig sa akin ay in my heart, and I prayed for this, I know that kapag ginawa ko to, meron at meron sa inyo na makaka-relate. Dahil lahat naman tayo, di ba, tatanda. Lahat tayo pupunta doon na tatanda. Although, talking to doctors, hindi pala lahat ng tumatanda ay magkakademensya. This isn't necessarily a part of everyone's aging process. Akala ko kasi noong una, lahat ng taong tatanda ay magkakademensya, yung magiging ulyanin, yung pala hindi. Meron at meron lang tatamaan at merong hindi. Lahat tayo tatanda, pero hindi lahat ay mawawala ng memorya. Hindi lahat ay makakalimot. Sadly, my mom is one of those na tinamaan ng dementia. And recently, I attended a dementia workshop sa Medical City. And doon ko nalaman na every 3 seconds, someone is diagnosed with dementia. Globally yun. Globally po yun. At yun nga, this makes it real. And all the more na-convince ako na to make a very personal vlog. Kaya kung kayo ay katulad ko, na may ina, may minamahal na ina na may dementia, please do watch and stay with me until the very end. Para sa vlog kong ito, in-interview ko si Dr. Henry Hoven, ang mismong doktor ng aking ina. Tatanungin ko sa kanya yung mga common questions ko as a daughter with a mom na may dementia, as a family member. Tatanungin ko yun. Baka yun din kasi mga tanong ninyo. And we'll shed light on what dementia is, how it affects not only the patient, but the family and the community as well. What to do when your loved one has dementia. Guys, nakakaaliw. Kasi si Mama, tinitirintas ako. Oh, naaalala pa ni Mama paano magtirintas. Ay, tirig-tirig naman ni Mother. Ayan mo, nung malit ako malagi mo ako tinitirintas. Ang galing oh. Fairness, Mama. Wow. Ano problema natin? Panali. Hanap ako, Ma. Girl Scout ako eh. Ang galing naman ni Ma. Love you, Ma.
Yes. Asa na panalo sa dulo.
And we're back. Ito na pantali pa. School G. Oh, I love it. Ayun na, anak ko, galing-galing. Uy. At yan na nga po, may additional pa si mama na nilagay sa buhok ko. Hindi lang pantali. Nilagyan din niya ako ng sipit. Patiin ma, angat niyo nga. Oh, di ba may sipit sa dulo? Tapos, sa ibabaw may sipit. Mali mo, mag-trending ako dito sa sipit look, oh. Smile, ma. Dito matingin kayo dun, smile. Tapos tingin ka din dun, ma. Dun, oh, smile. Before we talk about dementia, let me share with you what kind of a mom and woman my mom is. Mama Chinko is a very smart, strong-willed, independent woman. I think sa kanya ko naman na yun. Yung pagiging independent, masipag, at inuuna ang pamilya. Yan, nakuha ko yun sa mami ko. She's also very religious, very spiritual. Sa kanya ko natutunan ng magrosaryo. Ngayon, hanggang ngayon sa aking paglaki, gabi-gabi nagro-rosaryo po ako. I owe it to my mom na ganito ako, lumaki, independent-minded, na kahit saan mo ko isabak, lalaban ako at gagawin ko ang lahat. My mom also is very madaldal. Madaldal ho siya, yung very bubbly like me. Meron siya signature laugh na, diyan ka na lang ma, bantayan. Ganon, na parang ako din. Months before 2022, napapansin namin na si mama parang paulit-ulit na. Pero, things took a turn for the worst when something personal ang nangyari sa aming buhay, ang nangyaring sunod-sunod na pagkamatay ng aming mga loved ones ay nakapag-trigger kay mama na perhaps she slid into depression but didn't know how to cope with the depression. Noong May 1, 2021, my tita Dita died. Siya po yung ate ni mama. Siya yung ate ni mama, 5 sila magkakapatid. 2 na lang sila ngayon na nabubuhay, si Auntie Lina ko, Ditcheng Lina para kay mama, at si Mama Chinko. Nauna na pong pumanaw ang kanilang kuya na si Uncle Do, tapos si Uncle Mon. Yung 2 lalaki na una na, noon pa pumanaw na before the pandemic. Pero itong pandemic, yun nga, noong May 2021, ay sumakabilang buhay si Tita Dita. After noon, the next year, yung kanya naman pong best friend na si Tita Lindy ang pumanaw because of cancer. Ang sakit na kay mama yon na nung nalaman niya na pumanaw na nga si Tita Lindy at hindi sila nagkaroon ng chance na mag-bonding. That was in June 28, 2022. And then, in July 16, 2022 rin, namatay naman si Ate Karing ko. Si Ate Karing po, siya po yung nag-alaga sa akin. At simula nung baby pa ang aming bunso na si Nino, si Nanay Karing na rin ang nag-alaga sa kanya. At hanggang sa tumanda na po ako, siya na po ang naiwan kay mama, kaagapay ni mama. So yung sunod-sunod na pagkakamatay, I think yung sunod-sunod na yon yun yung naging trigger kung bakit biglang nagka-dementia si mama. At nandito na nga ako, teammates, mismo sa clinic ng doktor ng aking mama. In many ways, siya ay nagligtas kay mama. Sa araw na yon na aming dinala si mama sa ospital at na-diagnose nga siya eventually na meron siyang dementia. Kasama ko na ngayon ang geriatrics specialist, tama po ba, Doc? At endocrinologist, ang doktor ng nanay ko, si Doc Mark Henry Hoven. Ay, Doc.
Ay, magandang araw po mga televiewers.
Televiewers at saka mga teammates Ayan,
teammates.
teammates. Salamat, Doc, sa panahon mo ngayon. Maraming salamat. Tulad nga ng sinabi ko sa iyo, napakalapit sa puso ko. This is something close to my heart. And I decided to make this vlog apart from yung pag-guest mo sa aming show kasi we will have a longer time to explain what Alzheimer's is. At saka ano yung dementia. Kasi iba nako-confuse. Pareho ba yun? Ganyan. And then, Doc, dahil nga very personal sa aking vlog na ito, maraming salamat for saying yes because this vlog I will put up on Mother's Day as a tribute to my mom, kay Mama Ching. I-define muna natin kung ano ba ang dementia.
Okay, so ang dementia is an umbrella term. So it's a general term ng neurodegenerative diseases. So mga bagay na nagde-degenerate sa ating utak that eventually nagkakaproblema tayo sa pang-araw-araw na gawain, function. So since umbrella term siya, you have different types of dementia. The most common type is Alzheimer's disease, yung mas familiar tayong lahat, which usually comprises around 60 to 80% of all dementia individuals. Apart from that, you have other forms of dementia gaya ng Lewy body disease wherein common yung hallucinations sa kanila, memory problems, and mga sleep issues. Common, yung next is yung frontotemporal dementia that they can present with mga behavioral problems. Sometimes they talk very yung dire-diretso, yung walang preno, and sometimes may mga OCD behaviors, o obsessive-compulsive behaviors. You have also Parkinson's disease dementia, when meron kang Parkinson's disease for a long time, then eventually declines, then you get dementia, difficulty doing day-to-day tasks. Tapos, yung vascular dementia, you have patients who had na-stroke sila, may part ng brain nila na parang inatake sa puso, inatake sa brain.
Parang lang o talagang inatake?
Inatake. So you have small strokes or medyo big strokes that eventually, yung mga namatay na area sa brain, na some involved with memory, some involved with function, they have difficulty doing that.
Lahat ng yan, nagiging sakit ng isang dementia patient o minsan pa isa-isa lang?
Usually isa lang siya, although you'll have mixed dementia, kunyari somebody na nagka-stroke before na may signs of Alzheimer's disease also, so it can coexist. Yung parang isang pasyente na may Alzheimer's na nagka-stroke, na yung memory mas pumangit than the memory before the stroke. So pwede rin siyang ganun. Very important to distinguish ano yung normal part of aging, kasi pag tumatanda tayo, usually, may mga things tayo na nakakalimutan. Like, kunyari, saan ko naiwan yung susi ng kotse? Or saan ko ba ano ba yung appointment ko kanina? Nainom ko na ba yung gamot or hindi? But to distinguish that from dementia, yung actual dementia is, naiwan ko yung cellphone, tapos hindi ko siya matrace. Yung normal part of aging, nakalimutan ko yung susi, but eventually, I'll be able to trace back saan ko siya naiwan. I'll just think back ano ba yung usual kong pinupuntahan na lugar, then eventually mahahanap ko. Then, yung pasyenteng may dementia, yung cellphone, hinahanap mo, tapos hindi mo makita, tapos makita nung kasama na iwan pala sa loob ng ref. Or yung
niya sa lugar na hindi naman usually pinaglalagyan.
Yes, so the problem is hindi mo matrace, hindi mo maisip na hindi mo talaga siya mahahanap. And yung distinguishing thing between normal aging and dementia is, with dementia, you'll have difficulty with pang-araw-araw na gawain. So, eventually, yung mga instrumental activities of daily living, yung mga pagluluto, yung pagpili ng damit na isusuot sa okasyon, yung pamimili sa grocery para alam mo kung ano ilulutuin mo, or bank financing, pagbabayad ng mga bills, they have difficulty doing that. But as it progresses, yung mga pang-araw-araw na gawain, toileting, bathing, you feel that they need help. It's also very important to know yung mild cognitive impairment. So, mild cognitive impairment is parang pre-dementia. Pumunta sa clinic ng doktor, Dok, parang makalimutin po ako. Tapos we'll let them answer the basic, yung mga questionnaires na ginagawa namin. Medyo bagsak ng konti dun sa results, but they're very independent. So, nagagawa pa rin nila yung mga tasks na nabanggit ko kanina.
So, meron palang test na tinatanong, pag medyo nagdududa ka na, medyo kinakabahan ka na, kung parang may pre-dementia na ako, masyado na ako nagiging makakalimutin. Merong test na pwedeng i-take.
May mga screening test na pwedeng gawin. Siyempre, yung screening test na to, depende to sa may mga other factors like education ng tao, nakakabasa ba siya o hindi. Yung experiences, ma-identify ba niya yung certain objects dun sa pinapa-identify sa kanya kasi alam niya before or hindi talaga niya alam. May mga other factors like that. Very important to distinguish mild cognitive impairment with dementia kasi yung treatment focuses on dementia itself, not mild cognitive impairment. And with mild cognitive impairment, if meron ka, not necessarily you'll get dementia, although the risk is much higher that you'll have dementia as you get older.
Ito bang dementia, Doc? Pareho ba ito ng Tagalog term na ulyanin? Kasi lagi ko narinig yung ulyanin na yan. Same po ba yun, Doc?
Yun yung usual na ginagamit na local term. So, para naintindihan po ng matanda. Kasi, oftentimes, may mga relatives sila before na may ganong sakit, then they just call it nag-uulyanin.
Ayun. What is the leading cause of dementia?
So, the leading cause, the most common cause is Alzheimer's disease. So, siya yung mas madalas namin nakikita. It presents with behavior, sometimes behavior, usually memory, starts with memory, sometimes judgment problem, yung mga certain situations, bakit magtataka ka, hindi naman ganito yung how the person reacts to certain things, pero bakit ngayon, ito yung na-decide niyang gawin. And eventually you could have behavioral problems. Depression is common and anxiety is common even before the diagnosis of dementia. Ibig sabihin, may mga bagay na hindi po mapapansin ng kamag-anak pero napapansin ng pasyente na problema niya. So ibig sabihin, kunyari, ano nga ba yung number nung kaibigan ko? Hindi talaga niya maintindihan, hindi niya maalala. But for relatives, hindi nila ma-realize na hindi na pa niya naalala. So, and because of that frustration, it causes anxiety and depression dun sa pasyente. So, very common na minsan, coexisting siya.
Doc, na-mention mo na rin lang ang depression. Si Mama kasi, just for our viewers to know, prior to being diagnosed, August 21, 2022, the year before that, namatay yung kanyang ate, si Tita Dita. May rest in peace, Tita Dita. Namatay. Tapos, that was in 2021. Tapos, the following year, 2022 na, yung kanyang best friend, yung aking ninang Lindy, best friend niya since college, namatay because of cancer. Pero dahil nga pandemic, kahit gustong-gusto ni Mamang puntahan siya sa Seattle, hindi niya napuntahan. So, wala silang last moments together. And si Tita Lindy, knowing also na si Mama parang medyo mahina na, may ano na sa pag-iisip, ayaw din niyang dagdagan ng stress. Kaya si Ninang Lindy mismo nagsabi sa akin, kung pwede lang, wag mo na paalam kay Mama kung ano yung real state ko. Until yun nga, nalaman na lang ni Mama nung malapit ng pumanaw si Ninang Lindy. After nun, parang lalong nagbago na yung behavior ni Mama. Yun na nangyari. Then afterwards, tulala na siya. Tapos bugnutin, madaling magalit. Nakakakita ng mga labas-pasok sa bahay. Wala naman tao. Nag-hallucinate na. Pero ang talagang, kumbaga last straw, tinawagan na ako ng brother ko ni Nino, is nakakakita na siya ng ipis, daga, butiki, langgam na gumagapang. Wala namang gumagapang, pero tinuturo niya pa talaga. Pinadala sa akin yung video, so sabi ko, iba na to. Tapos hindi natutulog si Mama. Siyempre may effect ang lack of sleep sa ano. Then yun na nga, I had to find a way to bring her to you that day.
So ano kasi, pag pag tumatanda tayo, if we're depressed, we lose that self-awareness na malungkot kayo. So sometimes it presents with mga simptomas like common yung hindi natutulog, common yung hindi masyado kumakain na pumapayat. So yun yung mga isa sa mga common na dahilan bakit sila dinadala sa amin. Dok, pumapayat po si Lola, hindi kasi kumakain. Pero if you ask the history, bibigyan ka ng history na nagsimula siya nung ganito, nung namatay yung spouse or nung pandemic, very common yun. Yung lack of awareness na yan, very common siya compared to somebody who's younger, nakipaghiwalay yung nobya sa pasyente. Pagpunta ng pasyente sa doktor, sasabihin niya, Dok, malungkot ako, nakipaghiwalay yung nobya ko sa akin. Very clear siya sa mga pangyayari. So that self-awareness, common yan sa matanda. So very important to identify that. Mga mild, yung initial symptoms na nakakalimot, then eventually it progresses to moderate dementia, the middle stage, wherein may mga hallucinations na, you have more behavioral problems. Yung mga dati hindi naman ganito yung mood and behavior, bakit parang nagiging very aggressive?
Yan,
Na
aggressive.
hindi naman ganun talaga yung pasyente before.
And speaking of aggressive, Doc, ang isa pa sa mga minessage sa akin ng kapatid ko, kaya sabi, ate, kailangan na yata talaga tulong mo. Dahil sabi, tatalon siya sa hagdan. So, syempre natakot sila na baka pagtulog sila, tumalon nga sa hagdan. Tama ba to, Doc, na kapag nagsambit na ng ganitong mga salita ang iyong mahal sa buhay na matanda, dapat mong seryosohin?
Yes, because wala na silang self-awareness na ang mind kasi ng isang depressed na tao is wala ka ng naiisip na logical except to end your life. It can be ganun kagrabe.
So, Doc, suicidal tendencies, it's real even for old people?
Yes, common sa elderly patients kasi sila yung mas maraming trauma sa buhay. Common sa kanila na namamatay na spouse, kung namatay ang anak na mas maaga, common sa kanila na nag-retire na sila, hindi na sila masyadong nag-work, so sa bahay na lang sila, yung empty nest. Tapos common din sa age group nila yung nagkakaroon ng mga sakit. So mga cancers, plus on top of other diseases na nakuha nila nung mas bata sila.
Thus the desire to just end their lives.
That's the medyo common siya dun sa age group na to. Pero syempre hindi naman lahat ng pasyenteng depressed will have suicidal tendencies. Pero once you have suicidal tendencies, yun kasi nagsasabi sa'yo na parang hindi na safe yung environment sa pasyente. So kaya very important na somebody who has mood depression issues before, maski bata or matanda, they have to have a safe person, contact person na once they have those thoughts, they have to contact that person and that person advocates and thinks for them.
But those are just thoughts. Hindi
Thoughts.
naman,
Not necessarily gagawin nila. Pero syempre, you err in the side of caution kasi life isa lang yan eh. So pag nawala, wala na.
is dementia, Doc, a part of aging for everyone? In short, lahat tayo papunta sa pagtanda. Lahat naman tayo tumatanda, Doc. So, lahat ba tayo magkakaroon ng dementia?
Pag tumatanda tayo, yung mga pasyenteng may dementia, tumataas. So, above patients, above 65 years old, I think 55 million worldwide yung may dementia. Pero pag mas tumanda ka pa, say, above 85 years old, around 1/3 of the older populations above that age group will have some degree of dementia. So, pataas lang siya ng pataas. Pero, mahirap kasing sabihin na hindi siya sakit. You have to label it as a sakit kasi kung sinabi mo lang na normal part lang to ng pagtanda, then eventually, yung mga komplikasyon na makikita mo with dementia, baka hindi mo siya ma-prevent and hindi mo magamot yung dementia since may mga gamot to delay the progression if you give it early.
Ayun, so klaro natin, dementia is a disease. Is there a cure for dementia, Doc?
So sa ngayon, wala. Pero may mga studies na ginagawa na to target yung pinaka-mechanism of why you have dementia. So for example, dun sa Alzheimer's disease, may mga tangles and plaques sa brain connection. So may mga gamot na ginagawa ngayon na to remove those plaques and tangles. Pero it only would work dun sa mga studies na ginawa nila ngayon in early disease. Obviously, pag early stages of dementia, obviously pag medyo late na, there's little that you can do. And the readily available drugs here in the market are just delays the progression. But syempre, you have to start it early kasi when you have advanced dementia, the advanced stages of dementia, na 24/7 kailangan nila ng caregiver, hindi na sila nakakasalita, hindi na nila nakokontrol yung bowel and bladder function nila, na kailangan nila na mag-diaper, essentially bedridden na sila, nasasamid sila pag kumakain, na-admit sila sa hospital for pneumonia. In those instances, baka wala na masyadong benefit yung mga gamot
late
na.
stages na. Since, Doc, this is a disease, not everyone will get it. Just like any other disease, not everyone will get it. Therefore, hindi siya talaga masasabing regular part of aging.
Yes, but common siya dun sa as you get older. So, kaya very important for our televiewers to look for the subtle signs kasi yung early dementia, it will present with subtle signs other than nakalimutan ko isang bagay. May mga other things like behavior na hindi naman ganito, bakit ganito ngayon?
Ano yung bugnutin?
Bugnutin, pwedeng ganon. Or sometimes kasi, di ba, when you have a very anxious person, they cannot think clearly. They watch, kunyari, ang Probinsyano or Batang Quiapo. Then after that, tinanong mo siya, ano yung napanood mo? Hindi niya maalala. Pero hindi niya maalala kasi they were not paying attention to what they were reading or what they were watching. Kaya hindi nila na-process yung memory. So, not necessarily dementia yun. Pwedeng part siya ng depression. So,
pero nakakalungkot tumandok yung sinabi mo na there is no cure for dementia up to now and you can only manage it. Kumbaga, irreversible siya. Hindi marireverse.
If you can, yung cure kasi, syempre, ano naman siya yung mga medicines we have now, 20 years ago, wala naman siya So, parang, there's still hope for a cure and people are looking for medicines to give and maybe prevent dementia in at-risk individuals. Kasi some of it can be hereditary, although marami rin na sporadic siya na walang kinalaman sa lahi. And there are risk factors that you might have, like hindi controlled na diabetes, hindi controlled na high blood, na stroke ka na ba before, smoking, alcohol, vices, those can cause you to have dementia. Those are risk factors for dementia na modifiable. Ibig sabihin, pwede kang magbagong buhay, pwedeng bawasan lifestyle change, aggressive lifestyle change, and that might help moving forward.
Oh wait, Doc, na-mention mo hereditary. Siyempre, isang tanong ko, namamana ba ang dementia?
May mga dementia na pwede siyang may namamana na component, although meron din na hindi namamana na you just have it.
Like in my case, si Mama may dementia. So does that mean candidate ako for dementia? Malaki ang posibilidad. Lalo na, Doc, na-mention mo, diabetes, hypertension, yan yung mga, how do you call it, mga conditions na pwedeng mag-lead to dementia. Meron ako nun, Doc, may diabetes at hypertension.
Pero those are, para siyang, ang goal mo kasi, di ba, dapat, maski may diabetes ka, maski may high blood ka, kailangan controlled siya. So, kung controlled naman siya, then, okay lang yun. Pero hereditary is a factor kasi that you cannot change So, very helpful yung mga healthy lifestyle na ginagawa natin pang araw-araw. Habits. So, if you do certain habits regularly, even if you lose memory or medyo nahihirapan tayo gawin yung certain task pag tumanda tayo, we're able to cope kasi routine mo siya So, ibig sabihin, pagising ko sa umaga, una kong gagawin is magsipilyo. So, para siyang ganun. Kung magka-dementia ka, yung huli mo mawawala, yung mga araw-araw mo ginagawa. Even if pagising ko sa umaga, there's a tendency na magsisipilyo ka muna before you do certain tasks. So, very, routine.
Doc, anong earliest or youngest age na may dementia? Was my mom fairly young at 71 when she was diagnosed o merong younger than 71 may dementia na?
She's relatively younger but meron pang early onset dementia. Usually they define it as less than 65 years old. Tapos mga 10% of that can be may some genetic component siya. The patient I had in his 50s, at that time that I first saw him, advanced dementia na siya, and the wife saw yung progression from 50s, mid-50s, almost before 60s, bedridden na, and he was getting complications na. When you kinausap ko yung asawa, nung functional pa yung pasyente, nakita niya yung mom niya na ganun, tapos 12 silang magkakapatid, na dalawa na lang silang buhay at that point in time. Yung isa nasa nursing home pa sa Amerika. So parang nakita niya yung effect ng dementia sa family niya. So obviously hereditary yung ganun.
Tsaka slowly nangyayari ang dementia at slowly nagpo-progress yan, Doc, diba?
Yes.
From mild to yung gitna.
Moderate.
Hindi yung parang isang umaga pagising, parang light switch, may dementia na. Hindi ganun yun.
Hindi. So kung may ganong pasyente na bigla na lang within one day, nag-iba siya ng personality, naging makalimutin siya, baka there's something acute na sudden na nangyayari. So, common sa matanda na, kunyari, tutulog-tulog sila, may infection pala, may UTI or pneumonia, pwede ring na-stroke, di ba? So, you had the patient na dumating dito, ang symptom lang niya is, Dok, naligaw ako akala ko, nasa kubeta ako, pero nandun ako sa may pintuan namin. Nung pina-work up, meron pala siyang stroke na bago. So, it was sudden. Versus dementia, it's usually a slow, progressive condition. But syempre, you could have a mix of things. You have somebody with dementia na may depression pa, or somebody with dementia na nagka-infection na suddenly pumangit yung mental status, tapos nagamot yung infection, umokay ulit siya to the previous baseline.
So maraming pwedeng rason, no? Maraming pwedeng triggers, pwedeng medical pala, or pwedeng emotional na pinagdadaanan na mabigat, di niya kinaya. Dito na tayo sa very personal na bahagi ng aking interview sa inyo. Let's talk about Mama. So again, August 2022, dinala ko siya sa iyo. Ginawa ko lang excuse na kunwari sasamahan niya si Auntie Lina na magpa-check up kasi ayaw niya talaga magpa-hospital. Maybe she knew that there was something wrong, tama, with her, na ayaw niyang i-face yung reality na yon. So that day when we brought her, I will just describe to you, no, na para nag-alsabalutan siya. Dala-dala niya yung mga precious things, no, para sa kanya, valuable things, nakalagay sa supot na see-through, mga rosaryo, mga bracelet, pero ang tingin niya sa mga yon ay mga ginto or diamante, yung sobrang mga mahal na binili raw niya. Tapos sa Tupperware, tapos hindi siya naligo, hindi siya nag-aayos. Very unlike my mom, kasi yung mommy ko, model yan eh. Pag nakita mo yun ng bata, hindi lalabas ng bahay yan, hindi naka-makeup, hindi naka-lipstick, hindi naka-ayos ang kilay, hindi naka-ayos ang buhok, naka-alahas. Pero that day when I brought her to you, naka-t-shirt lang siya. Tapos bugnot na bugnot, galit na galit sa mundo. Lalo na nung nakita ka niya, tinreten niya yung mga sekretarya mo na, abogada ako, alam ko yung mga karapatan ko, ididemanda ko kayo, naalala mo yun, Doc. And then finally, napakalma mo siya. Pero there was a moment nung ini-interview mo siya dito, mismo sa clinic mo, nandito kami nakaupo, na narinig ko, sabi niya, magpapasagasa na lang ako sa EDSA. Narinig ko yun. At that moment, Doc, tumingin ka sa akin, tapos parang nag-nod ka, naalala ko yung moment na nagtingin na tayo, but di mo lang sa akin ma-verbalize. What was happening yung time na yon?
Kasi nung time na yon, when she made those statements, I was thinking, if I send her home, parang magiging threat siya to herself, especially to herself, maybe others. Tapos, wala pa talaga tayong clear diagnosis of what's going on, kung may medical problem ba siya na stroke ba siya or may other conditions that's going on at the same time. So I felt it was safer for her to be in the hospital rather than at home. Lalo na at that time, wala pa tayo yung mga regular carers na nagbabantay sa kanya 24/7.
Kasi hindi namin alam eh. We didn't know what the family was facing at the time.
Yun yung signal ko na I think we need to admit her na.
But it was so hard. It was so difficult.
So she has dementia. Most likely she has frontotemporal behavior, more aggressive behavior.
Yung parang nawala na yung short-term memory niya.
And may kasi initially we were thinking whether or not Alzheimer's lang siya na may yung BPSD yung nabanggit mo sa akin na behavioral psychological symptoms of dementia.
Yun yung hallucination.
Yung mga hallucination sa meron. Or
masuspetsa sa tao.
Or FTD, yung frontotemporal dementia. So, yun yung two diagnoses that we were thinking at that time.
Pero yung short-term memory,
ano kasi siya, hindi siya kasi specific eh. So, hindi mo pwede sabihin na
yung ulit-ulit niya, yung parang katatanong lang niya.
So that's part of the whole spectrum. So hindi siya parang if you have this type of dementia, you will not have other symptoms. Para siyang
kasama combination siya,
combination siya. So yung memory, you could see that in all the dementia, yung all the mas common na nakikita sa Alzheimer's kasi siya yung most common.
Yung katatanong lang, tatanong
ulit. Yung paulit-ulit.
Minsan isipin mo, talaga bang hindi niya naaalala? Yung ganon. Ano yung treatment nyo kay Mama? Para maintindihan din ng mga nanonood sa atin yun na usually ganito yung nagiging proseso. So after ng MRI, ano po yung mga sumunod?
So, what we did that time is kailangan kasi kalmado siya eh. So, we started her on, I think, mga antipsychotics to calm her down. Then, eventually, isa-isa yung gamot na pinasok. Yung memantine, which targets certain receptors in the brain. And yung
Rivastigmine. Para mawala yung hallucinations niya?
To treat dementia itself. Tsaka yung Rivastigmine, yung parang sticker.
Yung patch. Yung parang patch.
To treat a certain neurotransmitter deficiencies in the brain. So, parang pinapadami niya.
naging effective naman. Nung una, nung hindi pa nagte-take effect, nandun pa rin yung kanyang pagiging suspicious, yung kanyang pag-hallucinate, yung paranoia, nandun pa. Pero afterwards, nakita namin, uy, parang gumaganda ang mood ni Mama. So, nag-work yung meds. Pero alam nyo, Doc, up to now, I must tell you, hindi namin binabanggit sa kanya yung word na dementia. Yung word na dementia, hindi ko ginagamit. Sinasabi ko lang, forgetful mama, yung parang hindi ka maging forgetful, o kaya, kailangan mo yung mga meds din kasi pampaboost ng memory yan. Kasi muna ayaw niya talaga sa pilitan para i-take mo yung meds. Dumating yung point, Doc, sinasabi namin, vitamins yan, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. Tama ba yung ginawa namin, Doc? Kasi kung hindi niya iti-take talaga eh.
In a way, yes. Pero at the same time, we also need to be honest sa pasyente kasi parang, lalo na kung nakakaintindi sila. Kasi it helps them plan ahead. Although, syempre, naiintindihan namin na pag sinabi mo sa pasyente, you'll have a lot of denial, yung the process of getting a new
stubborn
diagnosis.
Kasi si Mama, very stubborn eh.
You'll have those situations.
Sabihin yung time ngayon, pwede ko nang sabihin na may dementia siya.
Sometimes sila mismo yung magtatanong eh. So, bakit ba ako makalimutin?
Kung di nagtatanong. Parang for her, Doc, parang normal na. Yung parang hindi siya makakalimutan kasi hindi niya na-realize na natanong niya na.
You have a routine. So, routine is very important, di ba? Like, pag gising mo sa umaga, ano mong gagawin? Magsisipilyo. You have a routine or maglalakad sa labas, mag-exercise. Sa hapon, after kumain, maybe may siesta ng konti, then you'll do some activities at home. Those structures are very important and you follow that. The environment has to be palaging ganun versus lipat tayo na lipat ng bahay from one anak to another anak's house. It makes them confused eh. Kasi new environment eh. So change of environment will make them confused kasi hindi na sila sanay doon. Kasi yung pang-araw-araw nila na gawain, it's just as good as that day. After that day, pwedeng some of those nakalimutan na niya. Then you put them in a new environment na they can get confused and can make the aggression worse. You have to have carers that make sure that safe sila, safe yung pasyente.
And that she feels safe.
And that she feels safe and loved. And if aggressive sila about one particular person, galit na galit sa isang bagay, sa isang tao, dapat that person shouldn't be in the room at that time. Kailangan lang may tao nakapalit para safe yung environment for the patient. Then, after 30 minutes, pagbalik mo, usually, oftentimes, nakalimutan na nila kung bakit sila nagalit.
So, tama ang ginagawa ni Myla. Si Myla kasi hindi siya licensed caregiver, pero siya yung tinatrust ni Mama. Ayaw na ay ni Mama ng mga taong di niya kilala. Pero si Myla, dahil anak siya na Ate Karing, lumaki sa amin, nandun talaga yung trust and pagmamahal, tinuturing niyang parang anak. Thank you, Myla, ha. So, pag wala si Myla, walang magagawa. So, ang ginagawa ni Myla kapag mga afternoon na bugnutin si Mama, tapos may hinahanap, nag-i-eat siya ng mga gamit, nagdadabog, iniiwan niya. She just lets her be. And then afterwards, sisilipin niya, okay na si Mama. Parang nawala na yung kanyang anger moments or anger spell. Tama yun.
Yes, usually hindi naman kasi pervasive yung mga ganong behaviors for
Iwan
most.
lang pag bad.
Kailangan lang you have to make sure that safe yung environment. Kasi may mga scenarios na lumabas yung caregiver, nag-CR or whatever, naghanda ng pagkain, then nadapa yung pasyente, nabalian ng buto. So, things like that happen.
Fixed routine. In the case of my mom, gigising ng umaga, dahil alam niya importance ng vitamin D, magpapaaraw, sinabay ko na rin, Doc, na meron siyang dancer size. So, dance exercise. After ng dance exercise, water ng plants. Kinakausap niya yung mga plants, kinakausap niya yung mga Santa Claus, mga snowman, mga bulaklak na hindi na niya pinatanggal. Tuwan-tuwa siya kasi Christmas yun yung gano'n. So, hindi na rin namin tinanggal kasi yun ang kinasisihan niya. Normal naman yun na kinakausap niya, yung mga, normal ba yun, Doc? Kinakausap niya yung hi, mga bulaklak, hi Santa Claus, hi snowman, hi gumamela, tapos mag-wave siya sa labas kahit walang tao, hi, gano'n.
Yung mga gano'n, as long as hindi siya threatening to herself, sa tingin ko, okay lang yung ganong behavior. Tapos kung hindi siya persistent,
ay, persistent, Doc. Ganun everyday na kinakausap niya yung...
Pero siguro, non-threatening. Ibig sabihin, wala kang nakikitang multo na feeling mo who's there to persecute you or things like that.
Hindi, wala naman. Parang ano lang
so, baka okay lang. Baka okay
sandal,
lang.
di ba, pag maniga, kinakausap mo. So, sasabihin ko sa Doc pag medyo parang...
Basta kailangan hindi siya parang threatening. Kasi syempre threatening, iba yung pwede maging reaction because you're thinking na something is going on.
Pero okay lang ba yun? Kasi hanggang 3 minutes lang talaga siya, Doc eh. Parang meron siyang body crack, alam niya, na pagtapos ng kanta, minsan nga di pa tapos yung kanta, yung dance song, papasok na siya sa kwarto kasi naiinitan daw siya.
Yes, pwede mo kasi gawin, kunyari sabi mo, not enough yung exercise na gawa niya in the morning, only 3 minutes. Yeah. Pwede mo i-increase yung repetition niya. So after lunch, may similar activity ka. So parang in terms of total amount of exercise, you still make it to the 20-30 minutes a day.
I'll do that. Hindi lang sa umaga. Na-discover ko na bigyan ko nga ng activity si Mama. So, binigyan ko muna siya ng word puzzle o yung word search. Naku, Doc, una nalilitan siya. So, humanap ako ng pang grade school na malalaki. Ayaw pa rin, nagwawala, binabato, naduduling daw siya sa mga letters. So, naisip ko, teka, yung personality ni Mama, mahilig siya sa colors, yung rainbow colors. Kaya she loves the red, she loves pink, orange, yellow. So, binilan ko siya ng set of crayons, yung marami, pati colored pencils, pati coloring books. Naku, Dok, nagustuhan niya. Talagang, hindi mo siya kailangang pilitin na gawin yon. And natuwa ako, walang lampas. Pag nagko-color siya kahit maliliit na spaces, and yung combination of colors niya, maganda, tama, and it makes her happy. Tama naman ba, Dok, yung kong yun?
Kasi the personality oftentimes is still there at the early and middle stages of dementia. So, your mom is still your mom. Her personality, some of it, is still there. So, things that she likes before, she probably likes it now. The music they hear before, they like if they hearing the same music na madalas nila napapakinggan dati.
So maganda yun, to bring back yung mga what they used to do, used to love, yung when they were younger. It's good. It's good. Ayan. Tapos, Doc, in remembering naman her name, birthday niya, yung address namin, kung anong date ngayong araw na ito, I just thought, wala akong nabasa, naisip ko lang na ano kaya, di bumili ako ng calendar, yung calendar na malalaking numbers, tapos everyday sabi ko kay Myla, pagawin mo, ngayon, May 2, i-X niya yung May 2, yung day na yon, tapos sabihin mo, tanungin mo, ngayon, May 2, anong araw? May 2, papaulit. Tama po ba yun, Doc?
Yes, so kailangan you orient them regularly, like if you're talking to them, Ma, it's already 4 p.m. Time na po para kumain or something ng merienda. Something like that.
Meron siyang watch or... hindi, lagi siya may suot na watch, pero parang more of fashion
hindi,
na.
Pero
may malaking clock sa room.
Or, as a caregiver, rini-reorient mo siya about the time.
Na.
Yes.
Okay.
So, parang...
You have to stress the time, hindi yung makakain na. Dapat alas 12 na.
So, parang may intro sa sasabihin mo.
When we went to a cafe, Mary Grace Cafe, may mga children's books doon. So we read it aloud and then I saw that she liked it. Kasi alam mo, Doc, mami ko teacher. So she was the one who taught me how to read and then she would always read aloud to me and we would read together. Kaya nga I wrote 6 children's books Doon ko namana sa kanya. Tapos, yung nagbabasa na kami, naiyak ako pero pinipigilan ko yung habang nagbabasa kami kasi sabi ko, nakadiscover na naman ako na isang activity na gusto ni Mama. But I cannot be with her every day kasi ako, Doc. So, pinapadalan ko siya ng mga books. And then, sinasabi ko kay Myla, i-video mo tapos i-send mo sa akin. Tapos, makikita ko si Mama nagbabasa alone, aloud. Yung una, hirap siya pag mahahaba na mga sentences. Gusto lang niya yung malalaking letters na maikli. But eventually, nababasa niya na yung mga pages na mahaba. Na ano ko lang na, tama naman siguro yung ginagawa ko, Doc, for her brain to not sleep, diba?
And makita mo naman may progression kasi nung start, hirap siya. Tapos, eventually, since araw-araw mo ginagawa yung bagay na yon, she's getting better. So, that's good.
Getting better but not reversible pa rin.
Yung sakit kasi it's progressive. But in terms of the skills, at least, the goal kasi is you maintain a level of a normal and good quality of life.
Taking photos with Happy birthday, Mama! Oh, Ma! Smile, Ma! Yan, friends. Dalawa na ang apo ni Mama. Dalawa naman may kasama na. Kasama na si Baba.
At si Bobo.
Si Bobo at si Baba. Baba. Mickey Mouse, Baba ka na ngayon. Bobo. Smile, Mama.
Smile, Bobo.
Smile. Oh, dito ma. Tingin dito ma.
Tiga fast.
Smile.
I love you, tita.
Tita, may tita ka na. Ako yun, bubo. Ako tita mo. Ayan, teammates, unang bahagi pa lang po yan ng aking interview kay Dr. Mark Henry Hoven, ang doktor ni Mama. Marami pa po kayong mapupulot na aral at impormasyon tungkol po sa sakit na dementia sa part 2 ng aking vlog. Part 1 lamang po yan kasi medyo mahaba na po, pero syempre hindi po magtatapos ang vlog na ito dahil nga ito ay tribute ko sa aking napakagandang si Mama. Hindi pwede magtapos kung wala ang aking mensahe para kay Mama. Di ba, Mama? Ayan. Mama, I'd like you to know that more than you'll ever know, mahal na mahal kita. I love you so much, Mama.
I love you so much too.
Alam mo yun, di ba, Ma? That I will do everything within my reach, whatever way I can, to make you happy. Do I make you happy, Mama?
Yes, sure.
Thank you, Mama, for everything that you are to us, for carrying me in your womb for 9 months. Dinala mo ako sa sinapupunan mo for 9 months. Hindi lang ako, si Meng, si Nino, kaming tatlong mga anak mo. Pinalaki mo ako ng tama, madasalin. Salamat, Mama, for being a teacher and a mother to me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You taught me so many things in life. You taught me how to pray. You taught me how to be kind to our workers, yung mga angels natin, di ba? You always told me that charity begins at home. You always reminded me na wag gugutumin, di ba?
Yes.
Ang mga driver, ang mga mababait na mga kasambahay. Natutunan ko sa iba to be helpful and charitable and generous. Because you yourself, napakabait mo and generous mo, Ma. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you also for teaching me how to be independent. Di ba, you would always tell me na ako yung panganay. Di ba? Kaya ko, I can take care of my siblings, di ba? Dahil panganay ako. I still remember, sabi mo, ako yung matalino, ako yung independent-minded, ganyan. Kaya you also raised me to be independent kasi yun ang tingin mo sa akin. Thank you so much. Sa'yo ko rin, Mama, natutunan kung paano maging isang magaling na negosyante. Dahil isa kang negosyante, di ba? Biyahera ka.
Yes.
Ang dami nating pwesto sa, naalala mo, nasan yung mga pwesto natin?
Sa Green Hills.
Green Hills, Shopsville, Vira Mall, di ba? Ang dami nating tindahan noon kasi nagbabiyahe ka, tapos binibenta mo. Ako yung sales girl mo. Kaya natutunan ko, Ma, na kahit ano, kaya ko ibenta. Di ba? Damit, brownies, gift wrapper, pantali ng buhok, scotch tape. Kaya ko ibenta dahil tinuruan mo kang pag marunong dumiskarte ng tama, di ba?
Yes.
Kayang mabuhay. Kung hindi dahil doon, Mama, I will not be who I am today. Kaya, Mama, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I love you so much.
Yes, you're welcome always. I
You
love
know,
you.
I love you too.
Yes.
What is it? Do you love being our mother?
Yes, of course.
Why do you love being our mama? Why do you
Because I
love...
love you all too. You have good character.
Because of you.
Yes.
Thank you for teaching us to be prayerful also.
Yes.
To love God always and always to pray. Mama, are you aware that you have dementia, Ma? Are you aware?
Not really that much.
Yeah, dementia, Mama, is sickness of those who are growing old when they become forgetful of some things in their lives. Pero you are still the same Mama.
Yeah, not so much.
But you're still the same Mom that we know. Beautiful, groovy, intelligent, funny. Thank you, Mama, for everything.
Thank you, too. Love you.
Love you, Mama. Love you, Mama.
I love you too. Take good care of yourself always.
You also.
Yes.
I want you to live long
Yes, yes. I want to also.
and healthy.
I can see you in your so many remembrance.
Is there anything else you want, Ma, in your life to happen?
Any wish?
More on your part. I want you to all to grow good and healthy and lovable.
Promise, Mama, that you will live long, ha? For us,
I
ha?
do. I will. But we'll be together long enough time.
Promise?
Yes, promise.
And Mama, I want you to read something. Can you read something for me, Ma? Since you were a teacher and you taught me how to read, please read this for me. Pupabot. Ito siya, Ma. Pwede mo stop muna, diba? Written by Owen Darnell. It says, "Do not ask me to remember."
Do not ask me to remember. Don't try to make me understand. Let me rest and know you are with me. Kiss my cheek and hold my hand. I'm confused beyond your concept. I am sad and sick and lost. All I know is that I need you to be with me at all cost. Do not lose your patience with me. Do not scold or curse or cry. I can't help the way I'm acting. Can be different though I try. Just remember that I need you. That the best of me is gone. Please don't fail to stand beside me. Love me till my life is done.
Okay, Mama.
Yes. Do not ask me to remember. Don't try to make me understand. Let me rest and know you are with me. Kiss my cheek and hold my hand. I'm confused beyond your concept. I'm sad and sick and lost. All I know is that I need you to be with me at all costs. Do not lose your patience with me. Do not scold or curse or cry. I can't help the way I'm acting. Can't be different though I try. Just remember that I need you. That the best of me is gone. Please don't fail to stand beside me. Love me till my life is done. Owen Darnell.
Love you, Mama.
I love you
We'll
too.
always be
Yes.
stand beside you.
Yes, I love you too.
No matter what.
I love you too no matter what. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, love you.
Yan si Mama. Yan si Mama. Bumili kami ng doll. Kasi Ma, ba't gusto niyo to, yung design na to? Dahil ang design ay butterfly. And mahilig ka sa butterfly, di ba? O, passion si Barbie, butterflies. Gusto mo Ma yung ano? Yung dinadamitan pa na Barbie? Gusto mo ba yung dinadamitan na Barbie? Bakit na yan? Smile, Ma!